Are we live?
Are we alive? This is
Are we alive?
half alive.
We can start like this. Why are we only half alive?
Because we push mountains and walls. They don't push back, but they also don't move.
Guys, welcome to this, I think the first podcast on the Future Flight channel ever.
Yeah.
Maybe we do this now. And yeah, we are here in Vietnam. Arnon,
Mario,
Mario,
shalom.
Shalom, Shalom, Habibi.
Shalom,
Can I say it like this? Is correct?
Huh?
Habibi, Shalom,
Habibi
Habibi.
is in Arabic.
Ah, and
Yeah.
in
Salam.
Salam,
Yeah.
Salam. All right, yeah, we are in Vietnam. It's freaking hot. Not just since today. And if you would look at our situation from the outside, you could say two things. Either you could say, wow, what a nice place to do vacation and enjoy the calm days without wind at the pool. Or you can look at it from the perspective of developing windsurf boards,
And think
which
that-
then results in realizing that we are in a full-on disaster.
Pretty much.
Can it get worse than what we had so far?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, we come to that in a minute. I mean, you will see all that on YouTube anyway. We document everything here. But we went to Vietnam, to Mui Ne, and there is no real wind since we arrived, basically.
Yeah, we are picking up the scraps, trying to get 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there. This is really, really hard in terms of testing, which I can explain. Because you need, consistency to be able to get a result. You need a little bit of time. You need some wind, and the wind needs to be there, not 15 minutes and then rain, or 30 minutes and then police kicks you out, which happened to us 2 times.
2 times.
2 times already. Yeah, it's difficult. It's somewhat scientific, and you need to get a good results. And yeah, it has to be steady. And this we don't get here, and it's driving us mad, yeah. Pretty much.
A little bit. I mean, we have our routine now, which is an omelette in the morning.
It's not the worst routine.
No.
Yeah.
It's the omelette in the morning, which is like the base. Anton doesn't like it so much. Yeah, this omelette, we have some fruits in the morning. And we have an absolutely disgusting coffee.
I like the coffee. Doesn't do anything, but it's nice.
It doesn't do anything, right?
No, not much.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want another one now.
Normally, when you drink coffee, you wake up, but here you don't.
It looks deadly. It's like dark and
It's black without, they
aggressive.
don't have milk.
But yeah, I don't know the effect.
Yeah, and then like today, we go to the halloumi sandwich after like 2 hours.
Yeah, we discovered the halloumi sandwich. In
You
the beginning
discovered it.
Was,
You did
yeah.
good research on this one.
I have to say the food here is very good. I mean, the local food and everything. I don't eat the meat, but like the taste for me is very good. But it's nice also to come back to a bit, I would say, I don't know if European, but some normal style Western food a bit.
Yeah, I think we did 4 times the Asian stuff.
Yeah,
And since then, we are going to a place called the Food Court,
yeah.
which is a place where you sit in the middle, you choose a table, and you have like 12 tiny food stands around it.
It's a good system actually.
Yeah, it's quite nice.
Yeah, it's like a community thing. So you have few choices, and then they ask you which table, and they bring you to a table. In opposed to a restaurant, I thought about it the other day. In a restaurant, you just have this one restaurant, so all the tables belong to the restaurant, and this is like a nice system. You give the table number, and then wherever they come from, whichever thing you chose. Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's nice. So yeah, this is our daily structure. That's all the structure that we have. And apart from that, we were running after the wind and are still running after the wind. We have a personal truck and so on. You're also going to see that in the videos. But yeah, I think the most painful thing is that you came up with some pretty freaking amazing things that are hard to believe when you see them for the first time. when you see them for the third time, it's still hard to believe. But
Yeah.
after 10 times, you know, you slowly get it, and we cannot test it.
Well, we managed to get a glimpse here and there, which is even more frustrating because you want to get the result already because some things are very different. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you need to verify them. Does it working? Is it not working? Give me this 15 minutes wind, you know, and you
Yeah.
don't get it. And just to, you know, and then we got a little bit, and it's not like we are sitting, we are every 5 minutes looking at the wind, every 2 minutes, but we also worked hard on the boards themselves because we already learned a little bit from the little we sailed what can be changed. And we have here the tools, and we worked on it, and we are ready. We worked on almost each and every board a little bit to make like improvements, which I think we achieved. So yeah, we are sanding, we are getting dirty, we are running around for wind. It's not like we are sitting
No.
in the pool, yeah?
No. When we are not testing, we are working, but
Yeah.
it's not the job that we're here for.
Yeah.
So what I'm very curious about is three things. First of all, how do you come up with ideas for new shapes and designs? Because I believe for everybody out there, it is every year again hard to believe that improvements are being made and so on. And then I would like to understand how does the testing work? And I'd like to hear one of your worst development stories. You have one?
I don't know, I'm sure I can think of something.
Yeah, well, maybe first, I mean, we're not going to say in this podcast now what you came up with, but in general, when
Yeah.
does the spark hits you? When comes the idea, and what do you do next?
Well, this year it's really like a new idea came. Let's see if it comes to life, if it actually works, yeah? But the base is actually coming from years of development and knowledge and numbers that you gather over the years. So it's like a world of numbers, a world of experiences, which includes different conditions, like flat, choppy, the competition here, competition there. And it's all in the head, and a lot of this is written as well. And this is also with the combination of what we have now in Futurefly, and a lot of feedback the guys, amateurs and professionals, gave us during the whole year after using the boards. Some boards are longer than a year, so we have this feedback. So you have Xavier from France, he's sailing in La Jaille. This is an onshore place, very difficult, you know. He says, I'm missing power here, the board is less control there. Then you have Andrea Cookie, which is spritzing in Garda, and he says, okay, I'm planing good with a big board, I'm pointing good, you know, but when I go downwind, I'm missing a little bit the extra 6th gear. And then Tati in Bonaire, which sails sometimes on flat water, he feels that it's really fast or something else, you know, and then you have all these other guys, and that gives you this feedback, and you collect all this together with all you collected all these years, you know, the best starboard board from 2016, the best whatever board from this that you used to race, the RRD 114 from whenever, you know, and I have it all. I really have it all, and I can memorize and think about everything, you know, with my mind, but also written stuff, so I can come back to this written stuff. And with this, it sounds like a big, like, you know, swimming pool of information, but with this we already have a base, which is what the boards today.
And
They came
yeah,
from all this world of information, of testing, of World Cup, of amateurs, of professionals, and this is the base that we have today. And from this base, we need to get better.
this is what I want to understand, because if I was now skeptical or a hater or whatever, I would say, okay, but you have this since 5 years. How do you improve every year? Or is it, you know, how can you keep improving it? Because you get these information non-stop, no? So one person could think, why don't they just become perfect? Or does perfect even exist? Or, you know what I mean?
Yes, I know. First of all, there is the world of demand. So the world is demanding something which is changing. It doesn't change all the time, but it has been changing.
It's a good point, yes.
Okay, so for example, for racing, if you talk racing, when World Cup became like a little bit shorter courses and more maneuvers in the courses, then boards had to change, and this was actually good for the normal guy because, before we would just focus on the top speed because the course was long, Now you focus on more control and jibing, because you don't want in a short time to lose control and you just want to be able to not think about the gear and be comfortable. And then when the jibe comes, jibe it like a waveboard and exit like a Formula One car. So this evolves as well, and it changes the parameters you need to do. So this evolves, you adapt. And then being perfect is a very good point. It's very hard to be perfect, very hard. You want to get like super top speed, so you need to make like the back area of a board, of a race board, very small, but then you lose power. Like you make these big cutouts to have a perfect release and have amazing top speed for people that want to go with GPS, but then another person just wants to get planing and he can't because there's all these cuts in the board. So yeah, the perfect is the perfect average.
Sorry, there's one moment. Sorry for the little interruption.
Yeah.
There was our Russian cook
Yeah. The guy
who fed a squirrel that sits in a cage
Yeah.
behind the camera.
Set them free.
Yeah, I would love to set it
Set
free.
those squirrels free, but then this guy murders you. He looks dangerous. This Russian cook. He looks very...
This freaking wild place
I'm
here.
scared of him a bit.
Yeah. Now
Yeah,
our
so-
truck driver comes maybe.
Yeah. So in the end, the perfect is the best average.
Yeah.
When you have the best average, the best average speed, the best average of jibing, the best control, then I think you get the perfect.
And every year, so I try to understand it. So let's say the race regulations for the slalom gear, they change.
Not every year, right? Just
No,
give
I
an
said
example.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
Now you change the board concept, the
Yes.
core of it.
Yes. And
And now you start building to advance in this
yes.
until the system changes again. For example, I'm just thinking now of the Slalom X.
Yeah.
Now they want to also jump, so
Yeah.
the
So
board
the
has
board
to be able to jump, no?
has to be stronger, but still light. It's a very good example because, for example, in Tenerife, because it's the Slalom X, they had to sail medium boards in light wind. So all of a sudden, your medium board has to be more powerful. Otherwise you're stuck.
Yeah.
So, for example, our guys, Amado and Tati, they were on a 107 because they liked in between the two medium boards that we have, the bigger medium board, the 117, the smaller medium board, the 107. They liked the 107 more. But if they had the 117 in Tenerife, they could have. Okay, Amado got second. It's close to winning,
Not so bad.
but they say that they would have had the power to,
Yeah.
So this changes as well. But I know that people look at the things and they say, what can change? They changed the cutouts again. We don't need to buy a board because they just changed the cutouts. I think this is the essence of your question.
Yeah.
And the answer of this is that we can always get better, always. And when you put the time and the effort for it, you get better. This is like nature of human being, People are still breaking this, 400-meter record when you think that...
In running, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the same. When you put the effort into this testing, when you do the prototypes, when you do the hard work, when you do the correct work, you will get better. And it might look a little bit that, it's similar, but if you do the correct job, you will get better. And we want to get better.
Yeah.
And that's why we do this.
It's so exciting. Especially then when you come with like bigger changes.
Yes.
Like actual measurement differences, not going into more details, but so cool.
Once in a while, you think that you have this brilliant idea that is a game changer. We think that we have it now. We will soon find out. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so far, it actually felt different.
It works.
It works.
It works. You know, it might like it's also a thing. For example, with Neil Pride, we did so many concepts. You
You
know,
were the head tester, no?
I was one of the main guys for testing the boards by sales for many years, and we did very crazy things. Like, so, for example, if I would describe a year that a new concept comes, like the designer would work on two things. He would work on the conservative thing, which means a small step further than what the production is now, and side by side, the same size, you would do something that is totally different concept.
That's a great way to do it, yeah.
Yeah, so then if you lose there, you still have the
Classical way.
step-by-step thing that you do every year. And if you gain, you can gain massively, you know. So we did this like crazy camber sails, you know, that was like rigid, almost half of the sail, and the profile of the sail
What do you
was
mean rigid?
What?
What do you mean crazy camber sail?
So there was this cambers of, I don't know, 40 centimeters inside the sail, and that created, and the cambers were the profile was symmetric, you know, of those cambers. So actually now when you have the belly of the sail on one side, you had it also on the other side with that sail.
What?
So
Okay.
it was like this. Instead of what we have now is like this,
Yeah.
and this was like this.
My God, it didn't work, no?
It was insane.
What?
The thing was insane. Actually in flat water, you actually felt that, I don't know, that God is actually going around this sail in the most perfect place, perfect way ever. You
Wow.
felt so smooth and so nice, you know, like the profile was perfect. So basically it was a perfect profile. Perfect profile of a sail, you know, was achieved.
And what went wrong?
That a windsurfing sail is a crazy thing, actually. If you think about it, what the windsurfing sail has to do is completely nuts. It has to move in so many ways. It has to move in a three-dimensional way, and it has to brake perfectly, and it has to work to give you power when you don't have power, and he has to release the power
When you have too much.
when you have too much. It has to work when it's flat, and it has to be your suspension of the mountain bike when it's choppy. And that sail was too rigid, you know, because the profile was perfect, but the sail didn't.
Wow.
And then we started working on that. We got pretty close, but then, you know, you get to the deadline and there's the.
Yeah, then comes the deadline, yeah.
Yeah, so this is really cool, you know, so this is like coming back to, in my opinion, a correct way to work is step by step from the production with, I wouldn't say conservative, but with like changes which relate to the production. And aside by that, with the same sizes, your crazy concept, you know, and then you feel alive. You feel that you're actually innovative, that you're trying to make a big step, but you're also safe with the step by step, which always work if you work methodically and in a good way, and you give it all, and it.
Cool.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it sounds pretty epic.
Yeah.
The next thing, well, I don't know which comes first, but maybe you have an idea of something that really went wrong?
A lot of things went wrong.
Something that you really, let's say, can you remember from the days where you were, I mean, you're still testing, it doesn't matter from when actually, you went somewhere to test something and everything fell apart and you got no good result. Did that ever happen?
Not really, but.
So you always made it happen somehow?
Well, it was not always involved, you know, with me. I was sometimes just the guy that is trying the stuff and giving the feedback. You know? But I remember like boards that came completely, like even embarrassingly wrong.
What do you mean?
Well, for example, when I was in Fanatic, I was in Team Fanatic.
You were also in Fanatic?
Yeah, it was my first team.
Oh,
Fanatic
wow.
was the first ones to ever sponsor me internationally.
Oh, wow.
It was like a very, you know, I will remember it forever, you know. It was like a really cool team. And brand manager was Craig Kertenbach, which is an insane windsurfer. And the team, you know, we had Steve Allen, we had Peter Beal, we had Cyril Musilmani, we had some good guys, you know. And I remember one year, like the Fanatic Formula board was always very good. Like Steve was proving it. I was like kind of, me and Peter were kind of second and third always with I mean, in the team behind Steve. And we had great results. We had one year that, you know, we were, two of us were top 3 in the world, you know, and doing really good results with that board. And then the year later or 2 years later came another board that, yeah, something happened. I think what happened was that half of the board came and half didn't come, or it broke in the middle or something on the way to the factory. And there was no time, and they connected it together somehow. And just the board came, and you know, and Fanatic was selling good. Formula was at its peak, you know, and when you did good results, you were, you know, the brand. It was an important board for the company. And we get to the first race. I think it was Portugal, and we see the thing is like a total banana. The thing you could write Jaws with it. It was like a total banana. And we are like going there and getting our ass kicked, you know, because the thing doesn't have really enough flat. You know, a race boat has to have the flat, and then it picks up a little bit. The flat helps you rail, helps you plane, helps you go fast, you know, and then the thing was a wave boat just in the size of a Formula boat. I'm exaggerating
Because
a
they
little
glued
bit.
it together wrong.
It just was a banana. Had too much rocker. Like you see, it was like, ah.
Okay.
And then Steve came up with this idea that, fuck, you know, we cannot go racing with this thing. We are getting our ass kicked, you know. So he flipped the board and he put it in the sun because he thought that you know, the glass and the carbon and stuff will a little bit be more flexy.
So you wanted to bend it.
We wanted to bend it to the other way. And then I remember he brought this box, and we started putting like dirt or something. We put heavy stuff on this box, and then
With the board like this below.
Yeah, like this, like
So it goes flat.
Upside down.
My God.
With the belly up and with the bottom up, and then we started standing on it, you know. And the idea was to bend it, and then I don't know what he was thinking, but he was, you know, he was an idol for me. So it's Steve Allen, you know. So I did the same. And then if he thinks it can work, fuck it. I'm not gonna let him have the faster thing. I'm gonna do it myself the same. And of course, somebody put it on the internet. There was not much on the internet back then, but somebody put it on the internet. And there was weeks of anger.
Really?
From the brand manager.
Towards you guys.
Fuck. You are fucking stupid. What the hell are you thinking? You know? How the fuck, you know? Yeah, we got a lot of shit, and rightfully so, for this thing. So this is one.
It sounds logical to a certain degree.
Yeah.
But
as you can see here, you get to really crazy situations with this testing thing, you know?
Yeah.
One of them is that you need a result, and next day there's wind, and you know that you need to change something, but you didn't do it. So I found myself, I don't know, one time with Aurelio Verdi in Maui, Kai Hoff, the designer of Duaton, borrowed us his place in the cannery up where Goya and Quattro are. He has a place there. And because we needed somewhere to work, and he said, yeah, guys, you can come in whenever you want. And we are there in 3, 4 in the morning, because the forecast was bad, just like we have here, and tomorrow is the only day that we'll have some wind. Even in Hawaii it happens. Changing cutting the board in half, changing the rocker, because I want, you know, I want 5 cm more in the nose, you know, and I want to have it tomorrow. So we're doing it in 4 in the morning, you know, cutting the board in half. So things like this. Yeah. Wow. Sometimes you just have to do, you know, just like we do here, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I was we did the White Tiger project. This was my first time ever that I was involved in something like this. And now here's a different level
Yes.
with slalom boards that you bring and stuff like that. I didn't experience that yet before. And I think I got a little bit sometimes this special experience with the wall and
Yeah,
but I guess it's part of it always.
I mean, with the White Tiger, in the end, we got lucky because the boards were, yeah, we needed to change the big board, but we were like there, close. And the rest of the boards was straight off the bat, like super good.
Yeah, the small a little bit we had to
Small,
do,
we
yeah.
needed to change. We needed to change, but in every testing thing, that's
Yeah.
why we can test
But
it.
not huge.
But not
Huge
huge.
changes, yes.
And what we have here is a really challenge of the conditions. So we cannot even get to the point that we try to stuff. So it's a mind fuck.
Yeah. it's
And
the
you need
mindfuck.
to be strong, and you need to be, you need to. There's a lot of rules that I have in my mind, because in the end of the day, it's like what we talked about the other day. To be able to feel something proper and have a good results, sometimes we have to change 4 times, We have to change in the water. It's hard to get. It was impossible to get to the beach because you basically have waves breaking on rock. We broke a mast, we got injured a little bit. So these 4 times, when you really feel that the other guy, being you, had a good run, he didn't spin out, he didn't hit a plastic bag. Did you feel good? Are you going good? Yeah, going good. I'm behind you trying to. We have differences of speed. Sometimes we have problems with fins, not the same. So we need to switch the fins. We need to switch the boards. And all this takes time, and you want to feel that you are doing it good. It's choppy, obviously flat is easier to see, but choppy is good to see control. There's so many factors. And then when you have half an hour of wind, every minute counts. You are against
Yeah.
the clock. Because if you missed one run of a switch, your whole day got fucked. Got screwed,
It's actually quite stressful.
And then you need to
Yeah.
start from the beginning. Because, what result are you going to get? You start in another day with another wind, with less garbage on the water, you have to start these 4 runs again.
Shitty garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just a part of the things, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, in the end, I'm just doing what you tell me to do, but I'm learning what it takes. It's very different to any normal kind of windsurfing. I mean, most people who will watch this will have never been involved in anything like that, or will have even the slightest idea of how it is. But it is completely different to free sailing. It's also fun, but it's really work.
Yeah, people.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong with that, but it feels to me like this. You go like, bam, 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 you rig, go out, no discussion. In our case, we went out in situations when you normally would not go out.
Yeah.
But I don't want to spoil it too much because we have a YouTube series coming about everything on my channel. But on that one day we went when it was pitch black.
Yeah. And
You told me
raining,
we
yeah.
need 8 more minutes
Yeah.
to test these 2 prototypes.
Yeah, because we do everything, and if we don't have these 8 minutes, then we did nothing today.
Yeah, but just so they understand, the 8
Yeah.
minutes they started when it was dark, so the lights were on on the fishing boats everywhere. The lights were on. Could see nothing,
Yeah.
and I don't want to spoil it too much, but this I can tell. I believe it
Yeah.
will be even more exciting when you see how it actually happened.
Yeah.
So the day was a mess anyway. It was the shittiest day of all that we had, and we had a lot of shit days. It was the worst day, no?
Well, the dark day.
The day where we broke and
No, the worst day was the thing in the
Fangrang.
north. This was nothing compared to this.
You were screaming on the water.
But this was doing
Yeah,
the
that was-
helicopter gust and the 360s for hours. And then, no?
Yeah, when I think about the day, what I remember is this big tree in the water.
I remember not being able to even drift. And
We were next to houses in the middle of the ocean.
Houses, fishing houses.
Fishing houses. I never
Yeah.
saw something like this.
And then once you get planing, you go 10 seconds and you stop. And once you got planing again, you have the worst current and chop and backwash you ever had into nothing. And then you drift into the fishing house.
What I wanted to say is, it was not that day, but the day after, which was also absolute nightmare. And we did a few test runs. It was not enough. And Arnon got really pissed because we had 8 minutes missing of
Yeah.
testing. Really pissed. And it was at that moment that I knew, okay, I will not debate about going out again. I will just go when the wind comes. And it got darker and darker. The day got later and later. We were really tired, jet lagged. I don't know what it is here. It's also tropical climate. So we were all half asleep half day. Anyway, I can see a little gust coming at 5 p.m. when it started to get darker. And Arnon is like, oh, it's getting windy. And I'm like, no, there is no wind coming. And then at some point I realized, oh my God, he's actually going out through a huge pile of trash. You're swimming, jumping down a stone wall, through trash, into the water. And I was like, yeah, if you get planing, I'll join you. And I see you go out, you slowly go, and then
And
you
I
get
was
planing.
I have to say, I was thinking, this is onshore. In onshore, you know, you need to do a few runs, non-planing, to get to the wind. And just because he waited to see if I'm planing, if we are gonna miss this 8 minutes, I'm gonna kill him. Not again. Why didn't he go out with me? Straight.
Oh, you really thought that?
Yes.
But you weren't even. My
Yeah.
God, anyway, it
Yeah.
got really dark.
Yeah.
So you could almost not see anything. And then he got planing. And then I joined.
Yeah.
And the rest of the story you will see in the real video. But that was the craziest, one of the craziest windsurf experiences I ever had.
Really?
Amongst the top ones, yes. I was never in the Pacific Ocean, seeing nothing, with wind shifting 100 degrees while we are out there, then going into waves 1.5 meter, completely steep, you shouting, go full, go full. I can't anymore. I'm just like, I can't. And then we could see nothing. We were all the way out there and we wanted to come back and we didn't see where the hotel was anymore. Arnon is half blind in darkness. But we did it in the end.
Yeah. I mean, in the end, we take what we get and we wait for the
We got this.
good days, you know. But these days they give you, it acted like this in these conditions. It acted like that in that condition. It has lift like this. It has lift like that. You know, it grips. It doesn't grip. It jives. It doesn't jive. In the end, it's a job. We do not want to give our customers and our team something that is less than perfect, you know. You
Yes.
have responsibility. It's also a company. It's serious. People think, it's all fun and they change this. And no, it's a job. It's systematic. It's methodic. It has rules to it, and we follow the rules, you know, and
Yeah,
we do it.
we do it exactly like that.
Of course, it's I think no other testing that people do, you know, on computers and simulations. You know, people ask me, why don't you do the simulations, you know, of the fins, of the boards? Yeah, we do it, but what you get on the surface to simulate that, it's also almost impossible. You know, the conditions are changing. You know, how will you simulate all those parameters that one board and sail or fin have to go through? The poor fin, you know, we used to have a joke, you know, like when somebody's standing on that poor thing and pushing it, you know, through the chop of Korea, and the fin bends like this because it has to, because otherwise there's no lift, and then it starts going like this. So just imagine the poor fin, like we used to do the sounds of the of what the fin, if it would be human, what it would, no, stop pushing me, with some monster from the PWA pushing from the side with full power. Or the mast, you know? No,
Our
don't
mast is
pull. It's sunny. Don't pull.
There's some truth to it.
Oh, you know,
Yeah.
there's so many connotations that you can with the boat going on that chop.
You could make a comic from it.
You should.
Yeah. With the ChatGPT. Oh, we could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe we keep more stuff for the next episode.
I think I talked already too much.
No. I want, I don't know, I'm learning from you, and I think the people also want to hear about it.
I mean,
In the end, how many people on this planet are there with your experience? So it's so valuable if you even sit down and
that
explain
arrive
things.
to my points of craziness, not many.
Yeah, I think it's something good.
Yeah.
Everybody is crazy in their own way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think there are some more open questions, but I would suggest you guys write them in the comments, and maybe we do another one if you enjoy this, if you leave us a thumbs up, subscribe, and so on. And yeah, new future flyboards are definitely coming. How they will be?
They will be good.
They will be good.
Because we will walk to make them good.
So yeah, reach out to your favorite dealer or to us, and we'll help you get or go on Future Fly. And with that being said, I would say
Goodbye.
goodbye. What are we doing next? We cannot eat halloumi sandwich again.
We are kicking the truck guy out. We cannot pay for this.
Yeah,
anymore.
but we have a. Maybe this can be the last story.
Yeah.
We have a private truck driver here who has all of our equipment in the back.
Inside. We reached to new levels of,
Professionalism.
yeah, I guess. We have rigged stuff in the truck, which is following everywhere.
The problem is we didn't get.
The quote for how much it will cost.
We don't know the price.
Yeah.
We just got the price for the
Yes.
truck,
it's
and
not-
now we will quit having the truck.
It was fun while it lasted.
See you the next time, guys. Bye bye.